So the Backrooms movie just came out, and I thought it was very good. It did a good job at adapting the stuff that came from the original Creepypasta, Kane Pixel's web series, and it did a good job at expanding the Backrooms and adding more stuff to it that didn't exist before. So that movie had me wondering, what other creepypastas could be adapted into movies just as good as the Backrooms? Because there is plenty of phenomenal stories with internet horror in creepypasta. And I feel like a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them, deserve movies. So in this video, I want to go over 6 different creepypastas and talk about how they could be adapted into a movie. Starting with the original Jeff the Killer story follows Jeffrey Woods and his little brother Lou Woods as they get bullied by these 3 bullies named Troy, Randy, and another one. And while being bullied, Jeff suddenly gets these weird feelings. And these weird feelings suddenly get him to murder the bullies, spill a thing of acid on himself, and then murder his family, including his brother. And the original story is not great. It's written by a 13-year-old, I'm pretty sure. And it just feels like a kid who got grounded by his parents, so he made a self-insert about killing his parents and killing his bullies and being just very cool. But Jeff the Killer wouldn't have such a big fan base if it was just this creepypasta. Because there is remakes of this creepypasta. Several remakes. Some of them change up the story, some of them don't. Only 2 of them are really good, I'd say, being Morgue Files and Pastra's Jeff the Killer. With the latter being what I think should be adapted if there is a movie of Jeff the Killer. Or at least something like it should be adapted. Pastra's Jeff the Killer basically follows 2 detectives who are trying to search for Jeff the Killer, until eventually they find Lou, and he tells them the story of the original creepypasta from his point of view. This story basically just changed who the main character is, from being Jeff to being 2 detectives. It's basically 7, but Jeff the Killer. And I think changing the main character is what made that story so good. Because I feel like the original story is flawed because of Jeff being the main character. I don't think that story can be scary from Jeff the Killer's point of view. It just doesn't work. So if there is a movie, it should be something like this. Jeff the Killer should not be the protagonist. But another way the story could work, with it still being roughly the same story as the original story, is it could be from Lou's perspective, where he's trying to hang out with his brother and adapt to his new town that he just moved into, although his brother is secretly murdering people, and eventually trying to murder him. I think this could work as a movie too. I think overall, Jeff the Killer has very good movie material, as long as Jeff is not the protagonist. And I think the rights make it so anyone is allowed to make a Jeff the Killer movie, I think. Because the Backrooms movie was able to be made because no one owns the Backrooms. No one even knows who made the original Backrooms creepypasta. And although we do know who made Jeff the Killer, kinda, we don't know who made the design of Jeff the Killer, coming from that original image, which is one of the biggest mysteries on the internet. No one knows where this guy came from. And I don't think we know who made the original creepypasta either. All we know is who gave that original image a name, which was this one guy who is now a pedophile, so who cares? So I think it is possible for a studio to make a Jeff the Killer movie legally. I'm pretty sure. But do you know who a studio could not touch and who is definitely not movieable? Sonic.EXE cannot have a movie. Sonic is owned by Sega, and Sonic isn't even close to being public domain. And I also don't see Sega letting an official Sonic.EXE movie happen. That wouldn't happen. And same with Suicide Squidward. Although he did have a cameo in an episode of SpongeBob, Nickelodeon is not letting that happen. These 2 are both not getting movies. It's honestly crazy to me that Slender Man hasn't gotten a movie yet. He's so famous, he has at least 2 games, and he hasn't gotten a movie yet? Really? That's just kind of shocking to me. But I think Slender Man can get a movie. There's nothing really to base the movie off of, because the original Slender Man story isn't really a story. It's just talking about Slender Man and how he kidnaps kids. So if there was a movie, they have to make a whole brand new thing and just write a whole new story about Slender Man. And I think that could be done. He has proxies, those are kind of cool. Write a movie about a proxy. I don't know. And I think it's been a long enough period after the stabbing for studios to be okay with touching Slender Man again. There's Spirit Halloween costumes of him. So I think studios could make a Slender Man movie. The only legal problem is that he's owned by Sony for some reason. I don't know why, because they didn't make a movie. So I don't know why Sony owns it. But either Sony would have to make a good Slender Man movie, which I don't think is possible for them, or someone would have to buy it from them, which might be kind of hard. And that's the only way a Slender Man movie can be made, I think. I do think if you get a good writer and a good director, a Slender Man movie could be good. Or you could even go the Backrooms route. And just like how A24 just gave Kane Pixels a budget and let him do whatever he wanted with the Backrooms, they could give the guys who made Marvel Hornets just a budget and let them make a Slender Man movie. I haven't seen Marvel Hornets. I'm pretty sure people like it though. So just let them make a movie. Let them make a Slender Man movie. It might be good. Smile Dog is a similar situation to Slender Man and the Backrooms, where the original Creepypasta isn't much of a story. It's basically just a concept of what this monster is. And it's just a file that if you have it, you are cursed, and you will die eventually. Unless you send it to someone else, and then they're cursed, and they have to send it to someone else. It's basically just like The Ring, or Undertone, so I think that's kind of a lame movie, because it's just another ring, basically. So I don't know if the story really works for a movie. Because it's just like everything else. This has already been made. This already happened. I think if you make a new story that's different enough, you could make a good movie though. Because it's not like the dog is going to jump out of the TV probably. You could probably do something cool. Maybe, possibly. I don't really see it though. Legally, it's probably good to make a movie. You probably can. I don't think anyone owns the image because we just found out where the image even came from. No one knew how that was made. And I don't think we even know who made the Creepypasta. So I think legally it's public domain and anyone can make a movie off of it, legally. But I don't know if the movie would be very good. Abandoned by Disney needs a movie now. This saga of creepypastas altogether is probably my favorite creepypasta of all time. It basically follows an internet journalist who visits an abandoned Disney location, finds a living Mickey Mouse mascot costume, but it's all photo negative. And then the photo negative Mickey rips its head off, and that's the end of the first story. But later it goes on, there's more evil mascots. Eventually they're called Gascots. And if you haven't read these creepypastas, you need to. They're very good. I love them so much. And I think a movie from them could be perfect. And Mickey Mouse is public domain now, so you could use him legally. And Donald Duck is soon. He will be by the time a movie would come out of that. The only problem with this is Disney, the name, and the rides aren't public domain, so you'd have to change the brand's name. You probably could, though, legally. I don't know if it'd be as good if they don't say Disney, but I think it'd be fine. And the rides don't have to be the exact rides from the theme park. It can just be a ride that's kind of like it, and you would understand what the movie's going for. This could even not even be a movie at all. This could be a show if they wanted to. There's probably enough story in these creepypastas to be a whole show. These creepypastas are great. If you haven't read them, you should. And a studio should make a movie off of them. A movie about just SCPs in general, I don't think would work at all. I think if there was an SCP movie, it should be in the form of a show. Like an anthology show, where each episode is about a different SCP monster. Almost like, I think American Horror Story does it, or like Goosebumps. And maybe the episodes could tie together if they wanted, but I don't think they need to. I think just an SCP anthology show could be cool. And I don't think SCPs are owned by anybody. Maybe some of them are. I think all of them are public domain though. I'm pretty sure that's the whole point. So I think all of the SCPs could just be turned into a movie, right? Or a show. And it could be good. It could be beautiful. And an anthology show about SCPs could go on forever. It could be supernatural. They could be 15 seasons. It would work. Out of all of the creepypastas I talked about, it would probably work the best out of all of them as a show. And that's all of the creepypastas that I think could have a movie. If I could rank them on how much I'd want them, from best to least, it would be Abandoned by Disney, Jeff the Killer, Slender Man, Sonic.EXE, Smile Dog, and then SCPs. But if I'd rank them on probability of how likely they are to happen, it would probably be Jeff the Killer, SCPs, Smile Dog, Abandoned by Disney, and then Sonic.EXE, because that is just not happening. I just really hope, since the Backrooms movie did good, I'm pretty sure it's one of A24's biggest movies, I really hope that Hollywood sees all of the creepypastas that exist are out in the world, public domain, and all of the fans who would watch the movie, and they just go all out and make these movies. Similar to what happened after Friends for Freddy's came out. After Friends for Freddy's came out, a Pie Playtime movie, a Bendy movie, and a Hello Neighbor movie were announced almost immediately, because they saw that they could get a piece of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie money. And I hope that happens with the Backrooms and all of Creepypastas. And that's it for this video. Let me know if you have any other creepypastas you think should or could become movies. because this is a topic I find a little interesting. And goodbye.